Hello, this is Alyssa, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to be a better crewmate or some crewmate tips. In general, these are tips that I think can apply to everyone and won't make people meta you as crew. Because I think like if you're easily being able to be meta as crew, it can really take away from your imposter game. These are just kind of general good practices. So the first thing is when you clear someone, make sure they are clear. Really think about why you can clear someone because they are on top of you and you've been with them for a majority of the round and you know the timing of the kill and you know where all the bodies are. Then you can clear them. If you can like kind of clear them, they are not clear. Soft clears are for losers. Uh really tried to, you can say like maybe they unlikely did it, but they aren't clear. So if you're in specimen with someone and there's a double kill and electrical, probably clear. Okay. The next tip is don't be too tunneled in a meeting. You want to make sure that you can get everyone's locations. Like, I know DevC is sus for claiming node, but we don't have to talk about DevC for 60 seconds. We can get where everyone else is, because in reality, it's probably just DevC being framed again. When you get everyone else's locations, it gives imposters an opportunity to slip up or to be contradicted in their story. The amount of times that like a crew is tunneled on a crewmate and I'm like, oh, by the way, where's this person? And then they say something that is like clearly a lie and we can end up voting them is so many times. So it's also kind of rude to just be tunneled on one person. You should give them the opportunity to defend themselves, but if you're on like 11, it's okay that DevC is just not clear for being on Death Valley node. One thing you really want to do in meetings is don't let the imposters run the meeting. If you think that the imposters are running the meeting, especially on like lower numbers like 5 or 6, ask for time to talk. Especially if they're leading towards voting you. You want to be able to have time to talk in the meeting and not let the imposters kind of like keep talking and just lead to getting you voted out. You can be firm, but be respectful. Any good player will respond to this well. Part of that also is like when you need to make sure they start running a meeting is because you really need to coordinate a vote as crew on 5 or 6. My kind of like my benchmark for trying to get people to decide a vote is 40 seconds now. Now at 40-second mark, I'm like, okay, let's coordinate a vote so that the votes aren't scattered. Scattered votes are one of the ways that like crew games get the most easily thrown. Like let's say we've known it with these two people for like multiple rounds and we haven't voted them. We just need to vote together as crew to make sure we can vote them both out. That is why it's just kind of important to be like 40 seconds left. Let's vote this person, or at least see where people are leaning. Like that's what you should be talking about at that point, and not like who is clear for kills and stuff. Imposters are looking to push votes on someone on the last 10 seconds. They're like, I'm not sure. I guess I'll just vote this person. Like that has happened so many times. Like I've done that. I do that all the time. It's an imposter's dream sometimes to not have a coordinated crew so that they can just push it on someone in the last 10 seconds. Don't give imposters the opportunity to do this. The next part is if you know someone is a crewmate and they are voting for someone, it doesn't matter if you are not clear on them unless you're like swapper or mayor potentially. You need to vote with that person because otherwise the imposters can tie the vote if they're smart. So like if you know Gunner is crew and Gunner votes for Pinky, you vote for Pinky. It doesn't matter if this other person is more sus. If you are clear on Gunner, you have to vote with them. This is kind of why insta voting can be especially rude. not only is it kind of like not giving the imposters an opportunity to defend themselves, but it also is taking away the agency of the other crewmates. Like, what if like you caught someone kill, but they aren't clear on you, and they don't necessarily want to vote between you and the person they thought that you saw kill. They want to vote this other person that has been sus the entire game. And to them, that is a safer vote. You insta voting the person you saw kill puts the crew in a bad situation if they aren't clear on you, because it gives them only the opportunity to choose between you and the person you voted for. I can attach a document I wrote on tying votes as imposter. Uh, I'll put that in like the YouTube. I'll put that in the comments, or I'll put that in the description. So, vote with crew on 5 or 6. Very, very important. One of the things that really bothers me is when someone says, "Let's skip because it's 7." If you're on 7 or 4 and you were reasonably confident, you should be voting. Even if you're not 100% confident, still vote. Triple kills are not that hard, and they can be really frustrating to get tripled on when you like were like 80% sure this person was imposter. If you're that sure, just vote them. Skipping on 7 is for cowards. So one of the things like to avoid getting tripled is you want to avoid doing unsafe tasks off cooldown. Sometimes you can't avoid them, especially late game, but if you're on 7 or 4 and you die in a bad spot, you can just lose screw the game. Like, if you die in Death Valley on 7, they're not going to find that body, most likely. I mean, they could find it, but they might not. There's a good chance they won't find it. So, if you're going to be on 7 or 4, like, you can do, like, dangerous tasks, like your parts of storage off cooldown, and then go do tasks in safer areas where if you die, they'll find your body. So, tasks you kind of want to avoid doing off cooldowns are nodes, depending on the nodes. Like water wheels, especially the water wheel under office. That's my favorite kill spot. Storage, and sometimes even specie tasks, especially on like 4. You want to kind of avoid doing specie tasks. But sometimes you have these tasks and you just have to do them. This is just a general tip. Another thing that you want to do is when you get on lower numbers like 7 or 4, just be spamming report, especially if you are worried that they're about to lose off kills. Like if you're walking into labs and you worry they're stacking bodies in labs, spamming report will like there's a 6 body report radius in Among Us. So it is very possible to like if they're guarding the body wrong for you to get a report off. So it's a really good idea to spam report on lower numbers. And if you think they're stacking bodies in labs, bring a friend that hopefully isn't the other imposter, or they're just gonna kill you. 2 people walking in definitely deters imposters from stacking your body in labs. The last thing is check admin table when reporting on admin. I know it can be sus to like stand over a body, but in general, just glance at it, get a kind of a picture of the map, and just kind of like and just like report the body after that. If the kill is recent, that information can be so helpful, like game winning helpful. If you're on like a lower number and you're worried about getting like kill wind, you don't want to do that. You're just gonna want to like kill. Not kill. You're just gonna want to report the body, especially if you're on like 5. Just report it. But in a lot of situations, you can report. You can in a lot of situations you can just check and get locations. Like there's one time where I see like a morphling where I see D-man killing off admin table on admin table. I just check admin table because I know they don't have cooldown, and I basically can clear the entire lobby for morphling when they eventually claim morphling. So it kind of puts you one step ahead of the imposter sometimes. Anyway, I hope you found these crewmate tips helpful. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you have any questions or video ideas, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.